Good morning everyone. On this occasion, we would like to discuss about simple sentence and compound sentence. We are from Group 8, which consists of 5 members: Arsita Maharani Kusumadewi, Tasya Sindianti, Muhammad Wahyu Ananda, Vigo DiCaprio, and Mutia Kurota Ayun. We will talk about definitions of sentence, subject and predicate, simple sentence, and compound sentence. So let's begin.
A sentence is the fundamental unit of communications in language. It consists of two essential components, a subject and a verb. The subject is the part of the sentence that performs that actions or is described, answering the questions who or what the sentence is about. On the other hand, the verb is the actions or states of being performed by the subject. It indicates what the subject is doing or the indications it is in. In addition to having a subject and a verb, a sentence must also convey a complete thought or idea. This means that it should express a clear message or a concept that can stand alone and make sense on its own. Without a complete thought, a group of words cannot be considered a sentence. Understanding the relationships between subject and verb is crucial in constructing grammatically, and verb must agree in number and person. For example, if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular as well, and vice versa. This agreement ensures clarity and coherence in communications. So, a sentence comprises a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. It is the basic unit of language that allow us to convey meaning, express ideas, and communicate effectively.
Subject and predicate. First, subject. So the subject is part of a sentence that performs the actions or about which something is being said. It is usually a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase that answer the question who or what the sentence is about. The subject typically comes at the beginning of a sentence, but it can also appear later, especially in sentences with inverted word order or a passive voice. For example, they speak many languages. They here is a subject. And the second example is Fiona drinks chocolate milk. Fiona here is a subject. And the last example is my family and I go to Paris. My family and I is the subject. Next, predicate. So the predicate is the part of a sentence that provides information about the subject, such as what the subject is doing or what is being said about it. It typically includes a verb or may also include objects, complements, or modifier that further describe or modify the action or state of subject. So the predicate usually comes after the subject and is separated from it by verb or verb phrase. For example, they speak many languages. As we know that they here as a subject and the predicate is speak many languages. And the second example is Fiona drinks chocolate milk. Fiona is a subject and the predicate is drinks chocolate milk. And then the last example is my family and I go to Paris. Go to Paris is the predicate. There are two types of subject and predicate: the simple and the complete one. First, simple subject. So the simple subject is the main noun or pronoun within the subject part of the sentence. It's the essential word or phrase that the sentence is about without any modifier. So the simple subject can be just one word or a group of words acting as a single noun. For example, the students enjoy the game. So here the simple noun, the simple subject is the students. And the second example is Anton has 3 brothers. Here, the simple subject is Anton because the only Anton. Next one is a simple predicate, also known as the verb phrase, is the main action or state of being expressed by the subject. It consists of the main verb or verb phrase that indicates what the subject is doing or what is being said about it. So the simple predicate can be just one word or a group of words acting as a single verb. For example, many students cheer widely. Here, cheer here as a simple predicate. And then the second example is the cat sat on the mat. The simple predicate is only sat.
Okay, the next material, conflict subject. The conflict subject includes all the words that tell whom or what the sentence is about. This can include modifiers or descriptive words that further define the subject. And then, for example, the friendly golden earth river that lived next door. Okay, next the complex predicate. The complex predicate includes all the words that tell what the subject is doing or what is happening to subject. This can include the main verb, any auxiliary verb, and any object or complements associated with the action. For example, complete predicate bracket loudly at the fishing mailman on a sunny afternoon. Understanding the concept of simple subject, simple predicate, complex subject, and complex predicate can help in analyzing the disconstructing sentences to better understand their structure and meaning. Maybe thank you. That's all for me.
Simple sentence. A simple sentence is a basic sentence that expresses a complete thought. It contains a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. For example, the train was late. The train is the subject and was is the verb, and the train was late is the complete thought. Another example is Mary and Meiji took the bus. Mary and Meiji is the subject, took is the verb, and Mary and Meiji took the bus is the complete thought. In both sentences, the subjects are the ones performing the action or the verb, and the complete thoughts are the sentence themselves as they provide a complete idea or statement. It does not contain another clause within it. It consists of one clause only. For the further explanation, consider the sentence. A heavy snowfall has blocked the mountain passes. There are various ways of analyzing this. One of the way is to say that the sentence contains 3 units. The first one is a heavy snowfall, the second is has blocked, and the third is the mountain passes. And we cannot simply arrange the units in any way that we like. For example, the sentence has blocked the mountain passes a heavy snowfall. That it was wrong there because there is no subject, verb, and complete thought arranged in the sentence. This example has a structure in that there are rules that decided the units that can co-occur in the sentence and the order in which they can occur. The 3 units here are phrases. Phrases also have a structure. We cannot rearrange the internal order of the 3 phrases in. A heavy snowfall and the mountain passes are noun phrases, and has blocked is a verb phrases. We characterize them as these types of phrases because of their structure. In the noun phrases, a noun is the main word, while in the verb phrase, a verb is the main word. That kind of categorization describes the type of structure for each of the three units: subject, predicate, and verb. It is traditional to divide the sentence into two main constituents, which is the subject and the predicate. The predicate consists of the verb and any other elements of the sentence apart from the subject. As you can see in our presentation, we have three examples for subject and predicate. For subject I, the predicate is learned all this much better, and for the subject the chef, the predicate is a young man with broad experience of the world. And last, for the subject, the fate of the land, the predicate is parallels the fate of the culture. So, the most important constituent of the predicate is the verb. Indeed, it is the most important constituent in the sentence. Since regular sentence may consist of only a verb, such as help and look, the verb of the sentence may consist of more than one word. For example, could have been imagining. And the next is the basic sentence structure. Okay, I will now summarize what has been described so far. The following elements, which is major sentence of constituent, it has a function in the basic sentence structure. As you can see in the screen, there is subject, verb, object, which is divided into two, direct object and indirect object, and then complement, subject complement, object complement, and adverbial complement. The structures depend on the choice of the main verbs, regardless of any auxiliaries that may be present. The same verb, sometimes in somewhat different sense, may enter into different structure.
I will explain about compound sentence. What is compound sentence? A compound sentence is essentially two or more complete sentences joined together by coordinating conjunctions such as and, or, but, for, nor, so, yet, and etc. to create a more complex sentence. Within this structure, independent clauses, which contain a subject and verb and can express a complete thought on their own, play a vital role. Coordinating conjunctions act as the glue that holds these independent clauses together. Here are examples of compound sentences using coordinating conjunctions. First, lawns are turning green, flowers are blooming, and summertime is returning. In this sentence, and is used 3 times to connect the independent clauses about lawns, flowers, and summer. The second example is send it to me by post or bring it around yourself. This sentence uses or to give the listener 2 options: mail or deliver the item.
In conclusions, simple sentences are characterized by their clarity and succinctness, encapsulating a single complete thought, while compound sentences introduce complexity by merging 2 independent clauses to express related ideas. Together, they serve as essential components of effective communications